Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform. Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Free delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
The Housing Authority offers products that people can choose from, products that people can access, and I think anyone looking to build, just call the Housing Authority of Grenada. The service was superb. Every step of the way, they collaborated with the owner, they collaborated with the builder. The builder himself was really good. For what I've seen them do, I have to say that from buildings they have done in the past to where they are now, they have come up to speed with modern trends, modern designs, and I think I will advise anybody to choose the Housing Authority of Grenada.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess and Klein and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114, 232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Rich, smooth, delicious, and packed with vitamins, that could only be one thing. It's a Rika almond beverage. Great on its own or a lovely addition to smoothies. So call Superb Distributors on 435-2948 or visit us at Tempe St. George's today. Remember, Rika is life and life is Rika.
All right. I would like to officially welcome you to another Mikey Live program. I am your host, Mikey Hutchinson, and yes, we are coming to you from the best island in the Caribbean, no doubt, Grenada. And we have a few things to tell you about tonight, you know. The government body had a press conference, you know, today with the St. George's University, where we'll talk about that. Empower 3.0 successfully launched, according to the government. And Grenada's women footballers, they have lost their first game in the CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers. We'll talk about that. The Royal Grenada Police Force, they are saying that they are about to launch what they call a digital recording system. All right, and the SGU has given a grant to the government of Grenada, a grant in the amount of $30,000 US, as we have told you before. And they are saying that they'll leave it to the government to decide what they're going to do with that money. All right. And there are some initiatives that was announced as well today. We'll talk about that and more when we return from this quick break. All right. We're going to let you know that the headlines was brought to you through the kind compliments of Courts Grenada Limited, Digicel, NAWASA, the Housing Authority of Grenada, Real Value, IGA Supermarket, and Superb Distributors. Thank you very much. Folks, we are taking that break and we shall be back shortly. Remember that someone sharing tonight's program will receive some free credit. Compliments, Digicel. We'll be back.
The NAWASA app brings the power of NAWASA's customer service experience to you. Instant, conversational, and smart. Easy access anywhere. Get bill balance, transaction history for up to 6 months, report a fault, link to websites, view payment centers, contact information, push notifications, and multi-tenant accounts, all in a secure login platform. Like a self-service concierge app, mobile.nawasa.gd gets you the support you need much faster. Available on both Android and iOS platforms. mobile.nawasa.gd, your customer support companion. Nawasa, committed to meeting customers' needs.
All right, so we move on. So we get this from the Government Information Service that 400 young men, 25 of whom are inmates at Her Majesty's prisons, have been handed a second chance through the recently launched Empower program. Now, according to a release from the Youth Division, the one-year program provides young men between the ages of 18 to 35 with opportunities for self-empowerment, holistic development, skills certification, and employment. Now, addressing participants at the official launch, the Minister with Responsibility for Youth Development, Kate Lewis, noted, hey, put the handle on it, you know, she's now married. Alright, take all the time. You gotta put the whole handle in it. Good, I think it's Kate Lewis Peters, if I'm not mistaken. Noted that the project will lead to a safer Grenada, a more empowered workforce, and stronger young men who will help to build the country. All right. We showed you. We had the thing, you know, on the business. So I hope that you got an opportunity to view that. Now, participants engaged in the program will acquire life skills like life skills, direct skills, and co-development training. All right. So we're good to go. The next thing that we have to tell you about was Grenada's senior women's football team. You know, there was a lot of anticipation in terms of how we are going to perform. You understand? In our first game of the CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers, well, we suffered a defeat to the Dominican Republic last evening. Now, the host country beat Grenada 9 goals to nothing. You understand? But the women, they tried. They tried. But, yeah, we get licks. You know what I mean? But they tried. You know what I mean? Hold on. I find every time that thing does happen. Hold on. The rush me in the dog. Take your time with me in the dog. You understand? So, we have another game. You understand? We're fighting still. You understand? So, that was that. You know, that was we warm up. Grenada will face Jamaica on Sunday at the Kiani James Athletic Football Stadium. So we are the host country for the second game. You know what I mean? So the ladies are going to be back home and we go level that. That small thing, we go level that. Don't let that down to all the thing now. You know what I mean? We go level up that. Like them things that happen, dog. Them things that happen. You understand? Just remain persistent. You understand? Just remain persistent. Y'all gonna make it. Sometime. So the next thing that we have to tell all about, how we're looking for time. The Royal Grenada Police Force, the RGPF, they will be soon launching and rolling out its digital recording platform. Police Record Management Information System. Premise. They will be moving away from the old system where you have a diary on the business. What's your name? Write up a whole kind of business and write up a whole kind of business. And then when you call for all the information to find out the progress on the case, say, hello, what's your name? Okay, we go call you back. And then they had to go in the back and they had to go and search through a whole set of papers. Sometimes they might get 2 cockroach running out of the thing. You kill a cockroach. And then they continue to look again. So they are saying that all that go done. I want the police to make you fix your color. So that's what they are saying. They are saying that they are moving from the traditional system into something more, more tech, you understand? Tech savvy. Now, the officers now will be taking your information on the computer, right? And once they input the information on the computer, then that information is accessible by those who have the clearance to be able to access that information. So in the event when an officer go in the toilet and they go make a big, you know what I mean? The officer go in the toilet and make a how they calling it, and then you call for the information. They don't have to tell you nothing about, oh, the officer go in the toilet, then your business. Or they say, okay, what is your case number? Or what is your name? All right. Well, an arrest was made today at 4 o'clock. We have a suspect and the person of ting-a-ling-a-ling. You understand? So that's how you, as the person, you know, the complainant, you'll receive that kind of update efficiency now. In terms of the police, they're able to interconnect with all the other stations. You understand? So if I'm a thief in Grenville, and a thief in Sortes, and the name show up on the system in St. David's, they will say, well, wait now, there's a pattern here. That man look like a thief in all about the place. We have had a complaint here, or they can tell you whether there's a trend happening in a particular community, all that kind of information. Grenada police in the dog. Well, you get you. Yeah, Edwin, all you get you, the commissioner. I know you might be happy about it. So they're going to be launching this program next week, God's willing. And by the end of the year, they're expecting all the radio stations, so they set a target, not all the radio stations, but all the police stations to transition into this new system. The system will help them to identify patterns, obtain statistics so that they can better channel their crime fighting efforts. So in other words, they're running around like chicken without head, not having a strategy when it comes to crime fighting. What I'm telling you all is that Grenada in a dog. You know, so what do you find about that? Talk to me now. I know hobbies. What do you find? We pretty? I find so. I find we looking pretty. So this is the direction the Royal Grenada Police Force is taking. Not already, not will taken, they are taking, because already there are some police stations that have started using the system. You understand? So you may go in certain police stations like for St. David's, for example, and go see them type in. In fact, they are also going to be having the system accessible, mobile, when they're out in the field. So if they catch you on the road driving, you understand? And you tell them you don't have your license, you think they're telling you come back tomorrow, bring a license and insult or whatever to verify you? No, dog. They're just joking at two buttons, pop, pop, pop. Oh, okay. Well, your license expired 2 years ago. What are you doing on the road? Or, wait now. You, with the twist mouth is Mikey, but on here, we seen Michael. So you're using your brother's driver's license. So the police ready for all you. In other words, that's what they say. They're ready now. Let me do that talk. We're moving. All you. The government of Grenada is left to decide what they will be doing with $30 million US that they got as a grant. As a grant from the St. George's University. Dr. Charles Modica. No, he was on the program today. He said that things had in the country, they realized how the pandemic has affected Grenada and Grenadians, and they have decided to step in as they've always done. He said they would have probably like to say, like, put it into medical stuff, but the entire nation was affected. So they say they're leaving the government to decide.
One other thing that we have spoken about, Mr. Prime Minister, recently that I'm very proud to talk about today is the fact that the university has been able to provide a grant to the government of Grenada. And it's a significant grant. But you know what? It should be significant. This is a time of great need of the nation. You've told me many times how the tax base has eroded, how your ability to operate government has never been more constricted. So there's a $30 million US grant that has been awarded to the government of Grenada for you to see how to use best. And I know you will do it in the interest of the nation, but there was no need for the university to try to dictate to the government on what to do with that grant. In many cases, we might have gravitated towards only medical things, but the nation needs more than that. And your government will decide what to use it for and how quickly, but it's there for you as we sit here today.
All right, thank you very much. And also, folks, well, today was the day they say that they had a big launch and thing, well, big press conference, not a launch and thing like that. All right. Well, as you would have seen, Dr. Charles Monica right there. 4 decades after establishing a medical school, which has now evolved into a world-renowned institution, the St. George's University, SGU. They are looking to put Grenada on the map again, according to this press release from the government. Now, this time, they say, as a conduit for careers in information technology. So at the press conference that was held today, Chancellor of the SGU, Dr. Charles Monica, he explained that the intention is to expand the university's curriculum to include information technology and to encourage US-based IT companies to establish subsidiaries in Grenada, which would absorb the Grenadian students graduating from this area of study. So what they're saying is, hey, we're going to engage with these people in the bigger world, these companies, large or small. Find out what is required in terms of the curriculum. SGU will adjust the curriculum. Adapt it, in fact. Adjust accordingly. Their whole business. Train the students at their own expense. SGU own. So the companies themselves, so that's a huge incentive for the companies now. So the companies are not going to be paying to have these people trained. SGU will absorb that cost. And we are talking about in information technology. Dr. Charles Monica, he explains.
I'm pleased to tell you that I am willing to go to Washington next week, as we talked about, and meet the ambassador to the United States from Grenada and work in developing IT companies that should and could be here in Grenada. And the reason we can develop this relationship through the partnership we've always had is we have smart young people here. They have full scholarships, or 90% scholarships at worst, to go to undergraduate programs. We want to become an IT nation that allows for development of platforms here, coding and all the IT world terms and jobs that you can think of that are right here in Grenada, because we can teach people how to operate in those fields. We want to do it with some of the people, some of the giants maybe in the United States, some of the smaller companies in the IT world. What we have to offer them, and what we will be as we start next week, is telling them that we can provide job training for people from this nation. They're highly qualified, they're smart, and if you don't believe that, you check out the number of doctors in Grenada that graduated from this school. So we have very highly qualified people. We can give them a degree, up to 4 years of a degree, if that much is even needed in some of these jobs. So we will train them at no cost to your company. What we ask you to do is allow you to help with the training, to dictate what is offered, what courses are offered. We will modify our curriculum to make sure it's commensurate with the needs of these companies. The good news about that is it costs you nothing to train these people. You have control over what they're learning. We know they're qualified. And after that, you will be able to have them as employees based in Grenada. They don't need to leave. We've learned from the pandemic, the world is a lot smaller now, it has shrunk. We can have these jobs and these companies have satellites right here in Grenada.
All right, thank you very much. You know, I think that there's a similar model, you know, of some other companies who operate in Grenada, you know, so that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, I want to work. And I mean, IT's meeting and I can go and do IT all day, all night, and I talk. And I know some of all the time I hear me talking. Yeah, I mean, sit down behind a computer is massive. You know, I'm weird like that behind the computer, and I don't watch me so. I'll be mixing Coca-Cola and ice cream and put some cake in it, you know. That's how weird I am when I'm behind my computer. Anyway, lady, that talk. So, another announcement was made today again. I tell all the things sweet, you know. Hold on. So the other announcement that was made, although push me, no man, why is that one? Let's take all the time. Let me take my time and read my business. So the next thing that was announced today was the fact that the St. George's University will be making it mandatory. You understand? They'll be making it mandatory for the medical students to provide services to the general hospital and other health services across the nation. I'm not making it up. I'm not making it up. You can't make that kind of ish up. You know what I mean? All right, you don't believe me? Listen.
The partnership between the government of Grenada and St. George's University has created tremendous benefits for the people of this country. And I'm heartened by the fact that they continue to do even more. They are not merely satisfied that they continue to do more just like this. With already what has been accomplished, and instead it's actively moving to determine what additional benefits can be made available to the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. One of the critical initiatives going forward will be to greater alignment of the university's potential benefits with improved service delivery in the healthcare sector. SU plans to address this by making it mandatory for students to provide their services to the general hospital and healthcare centers across the country while pursuing their medical degrees at St. George's University. To me, that is a welcome, more than welcome initiative. Because with St. George's University being identified one of the top offshore medical school around the world. And with that sort of image, the expectation is we see a continued improvement in the medical services in our country. They have, in fact, been helping, but St. George's University has agreed that they will do even more now.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mitchell. Can't make that shit up. Making it up. Can't make that up. Now, there was an incident that might have been an accident today at Bousséjour, right, at the end of the day, you know, that place between Bousséjour, well, it's actually Bousséjour, the end of the Bousséjour stretch, where a man, you know, he was driving an Escudo vehicle and crashed. It was a very serious crash, if you ask me. For quite a moment, he was pinned to the vehicle while persons looked on, I guess. Some wanting to help, but you know. Yeah, so it was. You know what I find? I don't know if it's a good or bad thing. I need to speak to somebody relating to that. I find when there's a lot of accidents, we sit there and sometimes we do nothing and we wait for the authorities to come. And I feel strongly about this. That, you know, somebody's supposed to be smart enough to make an assessment of the situation. And, I mean, offer some assistance. Oh, we don't want to touch him. Don't touch him. You know, I really don't, I think I know how I feel about this, but maybe we need some guidance on it. Because I just feel like, what's the point in watching a man die following an accident because you're afraid that if you touch him, he will die? I remember a couple years ago, I think it was on my birthday or something like that, this man met in an accident. What was the area by Q and James Boulevard at the time? It was Lagoon. Lagoon Road, you know? Lagoon Road. Right? And I almost said the hospital took so long because sometimes it does seem like the hospital had to come on the accident scene. It's like you had to root up the hospital from all its pillars with everybody in it and bring it on the scene. Because that's how long it takes sometimes. You wonder if the whole hospital are coming. So the hospital takes so long to reach Everybody watching the man and go, don't touch him. The man ended up dying right there. A couple years ago. You understand? So sometimes I wonder, what's the point? What's the point? Okay, so then, if the right thing to do is to not touch, then what's the plan B? Like we have, I don't know, and I think that's where the ambulance services and so on come in, where you just have to probably then respond quicker. But, you know, because of the locations of these ambulances and the availability of these ambulances, we don't have that kind of quick response all the time. So what is the plan B? Don't touch him! That gets to me. I mean, the natural instinct in me, if I'm on the scene, nobody can hold me back from saving a man's life. If in my mind, I think the right thing to do is to help here and now. It's just not in me to see a man in excruciating pain. Dying right before your very eye and do nothing about it because you're waiting on somebody to come to help. You understand? So I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like I wonder if there were ambulances and emergency services in heaven. Or in the life before this, if there was. Or back in the day, how did they do it? When there were no ambulances and so on. How did they attend to emergencies? Not vehicle accidents, because there were less vehicles, but there were a lot of emergencies. A man fall from a tree fall on a man. And how did we deal with these things? Because we have gotten so politically correct that politically correctness is making us lose who we are as a people. So there was this incident that could have been an accident, and that man was in a lot of pain, and he was stuck in the vehicle and so on, and eventually they were able to organize. You know, I do not know how he's doing right now, but you know, I could just imagine the kind of how it was for him. You think it's easy to be pinned in a vehicle? The whole vehicle they share. You understand? Anyway, lady that talk, yeah? Lady that talk. You tell me. You tell me. What do you think should be done? I'm looking for the horticulture, you know. What do you think should be done? You know, in cases like that, you know, you see a man in a kind of situation. Anyway, lady that talk. 39 cases of COVID-19 was recorded within the last 24 hours. So that's from that's from yesterday, okay? Because we're still waiting for the one from tonight. For today, all right? 5 persons hospitalized. But out of the amount of tests that were done, 39 were positive. 356 tests were done. So that takes our positivity rate to 11%. All right? There were 14 new recoveries and zero deaths. All right? So the numbers are climbing downward. We only now have 423 active cases of COVID-19, and they are a lot of people are due to recover within the next few days. All right? And if the positivity rates remain that low, then if we're having more people recovering than who are testing positive, then we are going down rapidly. It was a tough one, but I think we are on a good path, and I'm hearing a lot of conversations about Carnival. I think Antigua and Barbuda, they are going to be doing their Carnival as well, but they're kind of like compressing it within a few days instead of having it stretched out. They're considering having Carnival for a few days. All right, of course, with some restrictions and so on. I know that Grenada seems to be heading in that direction as well, having some form of celebration. But in terms of how and the numbers and so on, from the press conference held by the Ministry of Health this week, they are saying that they needed some more time to deliberate on that, you know, and maybe if not tomorrow, God's willing, in a few days from now, we will know exactly what will be happening with regards to Spice Mass 2022. 2022. But there will be Spice Mass 2022. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. So start planning. And I mean, if you had to get some thicker masks, the N95s and so on, or if you're gonna stay at home, just, you know, yeah, plan, because we will be having Spice Mass 2022. All right. What else I have to tell you? I see that we're running out of time. Let me take a little break and then come back on the business, and then we'll think of the thing. All right. So we're taking a quick break, and we shall be back shortly. When we come back, though, we have for you the national report on the weather. Some of you all have not shared the program as yet, so I'm encouraging you to please go ahead and do so.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform? Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Free delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
The Housing Authority offers products that people can choose from, products that people can access, and I think anyone looking to build, just call the Housing Authority of Grenada. The service was superb. Every step of the way, they collaborated with the owner, they collaborated with the builder. The builder himself was really good. For what I've seen them do, I have to say that from buildings they have done in the past to where they are now, they have come up to speed with modern trends, modern designs, and I think I will advise anybody to choose the Housing Authority of Grenada.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess and Klein and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114, 232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
Free loans for your every need. Courts have you covered, best believe. Courts Ready Cash is for everyone. Not to worry, fast approval. Hurry up and come. We got it all, we on the go. Courts Ready Cash, you already know. We got it all, we on the go. Courts Ready Cash, always ready when you're ready, let's go.
Courts Ready Cash, ready when you are.
Rich, smooth, delicious, and packed with vitamins that could only be one thing. It's Rika Almond Beverage. Great on its own or a lovely addition to smoothies. So call Superb Distributors on 435-2948 or visit us at Tempe St. George's today. Remember, Rika is life and life is Rika.
The Nawasa app brings the power of Nawasa's customer service experience to you. Instant, conversational, and smart. Easy access anywhere. Get bill balance, transaction history for up to 6 months, report a fault, link to websites, view payment centers, contact information, push notifications, and multi-tenant accounts, all in a secure login platform. Like a self-service concierge app, mobile.nawasa.gd gets you the support you need much faster. Available on both Android and iOS platforms. Mobile.nawasa.gd, your customer support companion. Nawasa, committed to meeting customers' needs.
Welcome to Yogo. Most of you know us for our food delivery service and our food pass for free delivery from restaurants. But did you know you can also use us for grocery deliveries too? We've just added another 5,000 plus new items to Yogo Supermarket. And stay updated as we add more products and vendors. Yogo Services is our convenient skip-the-line offering. Let us pay your electric, water, and other utility bills for you. With us, you will be able to buy tickets, pay your rent, schedule bookings, and other services. Need a ride to get somewhere? Give Yogo Lyft a try. Select your pickup location and destination location and wait for our driver to collect you. Never have to worry about how you're gonna get to a place again. Please see website or app for our service locations. And sign up now.
Prime Minister Dr. The Right Honorable Keith Mitchell welcomes SGU initiative to create more opportunities for Grenadians. Details of this story and more in the National Report. Welcome back. With the details to the news for Thursday, February 17, 2022, I am Sherry-Ann Noel. 4 decades after establishing a medical school, which has now evolved into a world-renowned institution, St. George's University, SGU, is looking to put Grenada on the map again, this time as a conduit for careers in information technology. At a press conference held jointly with the Prime Minister on Thursday, Chancellor of SGU, Dr. Charles Modica, explained that the intention is to expand the university's curriculum to include information technology and to encourage IT companies to establish subsidiaries in Grenada, which will absorb the Grenadian students graduating from this program. Dr. Modica plans to begin pursuing this initiative as early as next week when he meets with Grenada's ambassador to the United States, Her Excellency Yolande Smith. The Chancellor said SGU has grown to become a well-respected institution that is now a leading provider of doctors for hospitals in the United States. He is confident that the university can achieve a similar feat with respect to IT.
We want to become an IT nation that allows for development of platforms here, coding and all the IT world terms and jobs that you can think of that are right here in Grenada, because we can teach people how to operate in those fields. We want to do it with some of the people, some of the giants maybe in the United States, some of the smaller companies in the IT world. What we have to offer them, and what we will be as we start next week, is telling them that we can provide job training for people from this nation. They're highly qualified, they're smart, and if you don't believe that, you check out the number of doctors in Grenada that graduated from this school. So we have very highly qualified people. We can give them a degree, up to 4 years of a degree, if that much is even needed in some of these jobs. So we will train them at no cost to your company. What we ask you to do is allow you to help with the training to dictate what is offered, what courses are offered. We will modify our curriculum to make sure it's commensurate with the needs of these companies.
Prime Minister Dr. The Right Honorable Keith Mitchell has voiced his full support for initiative, noting that his administration has always championed the empowerment of Grenadians through education. The Prime Minister reflected on SU's significant contribution to the local economy, noting that its growth over the years has led to it being one of the main drivers of growth and a top contributor to the gross domestic product.
The partnership between the government of Grenada and St. George's University has created tremendous benefits for the people of this country. And I'm heartened by the fact that they continue to do even more. They are not merely satisfied that they continue to do more just like this. With already what has been accomplished, and instead it's actively moving to determine what additional benefits can be made available to the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique.
Dr. Mitchell, who is lead head for science and technology in the CARICOM-CROSSI cabinet, welcomes SU's planned focus on the area of IT, noting that it is the way of the future, and he cited possibilities for interconnectivity with other critical sectors of the economy. The Prime Minister commended the Chancellor for his vision in continuously developing initiatives that are intended to help further the development of Grenadians and the country as a whole. Moving along, Chancellor of St. George's University Charles Modica has assured that there are no restrictions by the university to government's use of its $30 million grant, and as such, the government is free to use the money for any area that needs enhancement. During a special press conference on Thursday with Prime Minister Dr. The Right Honorable Keith Mitchell to outline specific benefits to be derived following recent changes in the university's equity holdings, Chancellor Modica expressed optimism that the finances will be used in the interest of developing the country. At a recent sitting of the House of Representatives, Prime Minister Mitchell made the announcement of the grant from SGU, which includes US $20 million on the consummation of the current change of control and an additional US $10 million as an advance against the future grant payable on the first future change of control. Mr. Modica said the US $30 million is timely as it will cushion the effects caused by the global pandemic.
This is a time of great need of the nation. You've told me many times how the tax base has eroded, how your ability to operate government has never been more constricted. So there's a $30 million grant that has been awarded to the government of Grenada for you to see how to use best. And I know you will do it in the interest of the nation, but there was no need for the university to try to dictate to the government on what to do with that grant. In many cases, we might have gravitated towards only medical things, but the nation needs more than that. And your government will
throughout this pandemic.
The UK
fight against the virus.
The UK is very proud to have assisted the government of Grenada last year with vaccines, both through the COVAX facility and also bilaterally in August, and with the consignment of masks from the UK company AstraZeneca last year. Another consignment of PPE is expected shortly from the UK's Department of Health. So we look forward to continuing this cooperation and support to the UK government and government of Grenada.
Minister Steele extended gratitude for the significant support throughout the pandemic and said the scanner will help the country to control the spread of the virus, especially at its borders.
I also want to extend from the government of Grenada, Ministry of Health, our gratitude for the assistance and support we have received throughout this pandemic from the UK. And as you said, from the UK's support initially in the COVAX facility, which allowed us to have vaccines, and then bilaterally, and continuing. This a gift of a scanner will assist us as we move forward with our ability to have control over our borders for future. This will not be the last time we are threatened health-wise anywhere in the world, but we are better off for it because of this assistance. So I want to thank you, and please extend our gratitude to your government for this donation.
This is the National Report. The news will continue after the break.
COVID COVID-19 spreads from person to person through the droplets that are produced when someone coughs or sneezes, which makes it easy to spread between people in close contact. Now let's get prepared to stay healthy. To reduce your chance of catching or spreading COVID-19, practice these simple everyday preventative measures. Droplets can also land on surfaces, so ensure that you wash your hands frequently for a minimum of 20 seconds or sing the happy birthday song twice. Avoid touching your face, especially your eyes, nose, and mouth. If soap and water are not readily available, use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer with an alcohol content between 60 and 90%. 70% is ideal. When you cough or sneeze, cover your nose and mouth with a flexed elbow or a tissue. Dispose of the tissue immediately and then wash your hands. If you notice someone has a fever and cough or other symptoms of respiratory illness, avoid close contact when possible. Let's all do our part to ensure that each and every Grenadian remains healthy. Our health is our collective responsibility.
Welcome back. Grenada is now the training ground for American Olympic silver medalist Fred Kerley, who is being coached by Grenada's own Arlene Francisque, who specializes in the 400 meters. Francisque, the retired Grenadian athlete, now a professional coach, holds a master's degree in sports ethics and integrity. Francisque said Grenada is the best choice at this time as there are varying surfaces available that his athlete can utilize as he prepares for various assignments. The GIS caught up with Francisque and Kerley during a training session at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium on Thursday.
We get to use the beach, we get to run the hills, we get to use tent in the grass and the stadium. So the different surfaces, we get to train on that, so it's a pretty good, and we just wanted to get away for 6 weeks, and I thought Grenada would be a great place to bring him since I'm so familiar with the country. And plus he been here in 2019 and we went on to Doha and he got bronze in the 400. So I say, why not come back? If you don't break, don't fix it. So come back to get some good training for the World Championships later on this year.
The former 400-meter star, who clocked his personal best time of 44.47 seconds in 2004 and won the World Indoor 400-meter in 2004 and 2006, recruited Kerley 7 years ago. Fred Kerley told GIS he is very comfortable with the facilities and hospitality extended to him, and added that he intends to take full advantage of the weather.
Francisque is he is the greatest coach out there for me. So it's just basically he working on my mechanics and stuff, and why not him? So it's just basically he gave me the opportunity to come back with him to train with him and get the right tools. I got a silver medal at the last Olympic, a bronze medal at the World Championship in 2019. My ultimate goal this year is bring back 2 gold medals for him and for myself. My mindset is I like to compete. That's the first and foremost that any athlete going to Olympic, we competing. So the 100 was no different. I like to compete, and the 400, if I can run 43 seconds, 42 seconds, I can go run 9 seconds out the top of just going running. That's help injury prevention. Just like you don't want to be on the track year round, because the more you run faster on the track, the more you gotta maintain your body and stuff. The grass actually helped me prevent and build up all my smaller muscles and my bigger muscles for when I do come on the track. It's just I can turn over way faster than I would be on the track.
Kerley says to be given the opportunity to train in Grenada is an advantage, and he believes that there is a great marketing opportunity for sports tourism here.
The selling point is just the Grenada as a whole, just the friendly people, the food, and just feel welcome at home like I am back at my house in the States. So it's just, everybody welcome them, and the facilities and stuff is nice. I get to train anywhere, basically. I can go train on the beach and come to the track and come to Tantine and all them places. Even you can look at the back of your hand, there's plenty of hills around here. So it's just basically, I get to train in the ocean and all that. I feel like the selling point is just say Grenada. I feel like that's the selling point to me.
Fred Curley is looking forward to competing 2 meets in Grenada on March 5th and 12th before he returns to the U.S. on March 20th. And finally in the news, the Division of Youth Development held a joint ceremony this week to welcome newly selected participants into the Empower program. 25 young inmates at Her Majesty's Prison are being given the opportunity to receive training for 1 year while serving their time in prison. The selected participants will commence training on March 7, 2022. The function also served as a graduation ceremony for 8 former participants of the program. We have more in this June Paul report.
25 young inmates at Her Majesty's Prison have been given an opportunity to receive training under the Empower program. Empower 2.0 prison component was officially launched on Tuesday. Minister with responsibility for youth development, Honorable Kate Lewis-Peters, says through this opportunity provided, the young men should channel their energies towards a fresh start, to reach within themselves, to gain knowledge, wisdom and skills to face life challenges.
Today is a new day for all of you. Those of you who are graduating, you're graduating more qualified, more equipped than when you started. And those of you who are just starting this program, it's a new day for you because you have accepted the responsibility to make a fresh start.
During Tuesday's ceremony, 8 participants were presented with their certificates of completion. Marina Jessamy, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of National Security, Youth Development and Home Affairs, in committing to the program, congratulated the graduates and encouraged the young men to be visionaries by taking responsibility and making their contributions to society.
The Empower program is a testament that we as a ministry are willing to go the extra mile with you. Not to give you a second chance, but to give you an opportunity to take responsibility for where you will be 5, 10, 20 years from now. Every person must have a vision for themselves. Every person has the right to exercise their citizenship to contribute to national development.
Trish Warren, a former participant, shared his testimony on how the Empower program has impacted his life and extended thanks for a life-changing opportunity which he found while serving his time in prison.
I would say I'm glad to have that Empower program that have me going through life in such easier way that I had thought I never would. And the next thing is to see that, my other fellow inmates, matriculated in that same program. I mean, it helped me to realize that we are people that, could make it out in society and influence that change.
Participants of Empower 2.0 at Her Majesty's Prison will commence life skills training on March 7th, 2022. Reporting for the Division of Youth Development, I am June Paul.
Thank you, June. And with that story, we come to the end of the National Report for Thursday, February 17th, 2022. On behalf of the entire news and production team, I am Sherry-Ann Noel, thanking you for viewing.
Thank you very much, Sherry-Ann, and the rest of the GIS news team. And we'll have another segment for you of the National Report. That will be tomorrow, God's willing. Friday. Whoa, the week flew by really quickly. It's Friday already. All right, so family, let's take a look at the weather and see what it will be like for tonight and tomorrow. No, we did not receive any of the how to call it, the dashboard, so probably we'll get that tomorrow again. The weather is expected to be mostly fair and windy, increasing in cloudiness by morning with light to moderate showers. The maximum temperature, or rather minimum for tonight, will be 24 degrees Celsius. Winds northeasterly to easterly at 12 to 24 miles per hour, gusting higher at times. Seas moderate with waves 5 to 7 feet in open waters. A marine advisory remains in effect. And as it relates to tomorrow, God's willing, we see here that the weather is expected to be partly cloudy and windy at first, becoming fair by midday with brief morning and night time showers. Now, the sun is expected to rise at 6:29 a.m. and set at 6:15 p.m. Maximum temperature for tomorrow, 31 degrees Celsius, minimum 24 degrees Celsius. Winds northeasterly to easterly at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Seas moderate with waves of 5 to 7 feet in northeasterly to easterly swells. And a marine advisory will be in effect for tomorrow, God's willing, as well. Tides are expected to be low at 2:30 p.m. and high at 8:30 p.m. That's your weather report for tonight and tomorrow. And let us say hello and good night to those of you who are currently tuned in on YouTube. The Big Scream people! That's how we refer to you. Well, big up to the Big Scream people. We appreciate your company all the time. It's Clovey, my mom, Suzanne, Judy, Velma, and Kirin. What are you doing there? Also Marina, Marina, and everyone else on YouTube. Blessings to you, all right? And thank you for watching. And those of you who are on Facebook, let me tune in and see who's on Facebook. Javad, Deslin, Charmaine, who else? Who talked there? Ventress, Claire, and what's that? Let me see what you have. It's too late to have cashew. Come. Anyway, Cynthia, and everyone else. See, the man know when it's 10 o'clock, it's time to bust it. The man knows when it's 10 o'clock, it's time to bust it. So, well, no, you have to wash it. Go wash it first. Della, Lintona, Joyous, Celine, Rachel, and everyone else. Thank you for... Guys, I gotta go. This one is about to eat a cashew without washing it. And I hear him climbing. So we gotta run. Take care, guys, and we'll touch base again tomorrow, God's willing. Same time, same place. I don't want my son fall. I hate climbing. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we all say, Ja! No, have a good one. No worry, we make up for that tomorrow. God bless you. God bless you. Have a good one. Take care. We'll see.